Morning. Welcome to a Saturday game day edition of Morning Scone, presented by Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com, and Restored Motions. If you have pain, go see my girl Crystal Poche at Restored Motions. She will get you out of it. All right, y'all. It's here, game day. LSU, Florida. Looking forward to this one. They're all kind of measuring stick games. They're all kind of opportunities to see how much growth and progress has happened for this team, for this program. So, I'm excited to see this one tonight. LSU Florida has been a really interesting series, of course, over the years, especially in the last 15 years plus, closer to 2 decades. I guess really since Spurrier left Florida. I mean, it got interesting. Florida dominated for so long. Sorry, gotta fix that camera angle right there. Florida dominated for so long with Spurrier, and then when Spurrier left, it became just vastly more competitive and more interesting. So, really excited for this game today. Excited to see how LSU does go on the road again. So win a road conference game at Auburn, digging out of a 17-point hole. Another opportunity to see if this team can start fast. I mean, you're now past the halfway point of the season, and Florida's a team that, quite honestly, has a lot of the same issues you do. They're coming back from a coaching change, and they're a team that has quite honestly just been inconsistent as well this year, and is trying to learn that consistency. Their defense is not very good. Their rush defense is atrocious, has been atrocious, so it's a great opportunity, for LSU to run the football. But you got to go on the road and see if you can get that done. So, all right. We're gonna say some good mornings here. As always, we'll take your questions. I did give a pick on the game on a podcast, LSU Daily. Gave the same pick on AFR. I did pick Florida, 28-24. So hope I'm wrong, but I've actually, the only game I've missed so far this year was Florida State. Picked LSU in that one. Anyway, all right. Let's say some good mornings, y'all. See what y'all got. We'll get rolling here. And we'll talk about this game. Ryan Amanda Guidry, Tyler McGee, Evan Kirkwood, Benton Alford, Hunter Eilers. Good morning. Leaving for Gainesville in a couple of minutes. Oh, I live in Jacksonville. I was about to say, bro, you got a tough time making it for kickoff. So an hour and a half. Very good, man. Enjoy it. Kelly Gross, good morning. Aaron Hornsby, Steve Colson, looking for Hudco swag onto eBay. Colson, just ask, bro. I don't know that anybody's gonna find Hudco swag on eBay. Larry Freeman, what's going on? Catherine Babineau, good morning. Craig Pullman, good morning from Shreveport. Right. Weston Weaver, Trivia Carter, Randall Afrecht. Morning, Matt. Tennessee runs Bama today. Yeah, Randall, I did pick Tennessee to win it. I picked Tennessee to win the game today. I think, and that line is climbed, and I know why it's climbed. It's because that tells you Bryce Young is going to play in the game, right? But I'm going to maintain, and this isn't something I know. I'm just operating under this assumption right now. But Bryce Young has a sprained throwing shoulder. Excuse me, and I don't know how, with a sprained throwing shoulder, you can be effective. So, Bama's receivers are not good, and Bryce Young, I don't think is going to be effective throwing the ball. And if he's not, and you have to go to Jalen Milroe, I don't know that he's capable in a setting like that. So, yeah, man, I like Alabama. And, I mean, I like Tennessee in the game. I get it. It feels like a sucker bet. I mean, it feels like a sucker bet because you're looking at that line climb and you're going, man, Tennessee and that offense is getting 9 points at home. But it feels like a sucker bet. Usually when it is, you go the other way, you know. But boy, I really like Tennessee in that game, man. Jesse Brown, morning, Matt. Happy game day. Wearing our purple and gold in Rock Hill, South Carolina. All right. Justin Clement, do you like the under in today's game? Man, Justin, I don't ever. I've told you this before. I don't ever bet LSU games, like ever. I mean, I'm looking. Let's see. The total was it 50 and a half. I mean, so look, I picked a 28-24, so I would put it at 52. I mean, so it's close. That's close to the Vegas projection, right? I mean, I think it's similar. That's just I don't. It's a stay away for me. I don't try not to bet on teams that are that wildly inconsistent like we see right now with LSU and Florida. I mean, I'll tell you what I did bet on. I took. Let me look at the slate. I'll tell you what I bet. So by the way, Paul Stone on Jimmy's show gave his 3 picks. He took the under in Texas, Iowa State. By the way, and Phil Steele gave a great number yesterday. If you want to play, it's Iowa State under Matt Campbell. They are 9-1 against the spread as a double-digit underdog. So Matt Campbell as a double-digit underdog has been awesome. So I think Iowa State's a good play today. A lot of sharps are on South Florida today, and on who's James Madison playing? Sorry, I'm trying to find it, y'all. No, I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, South Florida's playing Tulane. It's South Florida is getting like 12.5 against Tulane. And the other one is, golly, I'm trying to find it, sorry. A lot of sharps are on, where is it? It's whoever James Madison is playing. They're fading James Madison today. God dog it, I can't find it. Where is that game? Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm looking for it. I can't find it. It's whoever James Madison is playing. Georgia Southern. Thank you. Georgia Southern. James Madison's ranked, so they're fading James Madison, picking Georgia Southern. So, Shane O'Mac, good morning. This is going to be a great battle tonight. 2 very evenly matched teams. LSU wins 2017. Yeah, Shane, look, I think they could win a game like that. In Florida, but it's going to have to be similar to Auburn, where turnovers end up ruling the day for LSU. And if you remember, Auburn was going in to score, and they ran the trick play with Coy Moore, and they pressured him, and he threw the pick. And Greg Brooks just ripped the ball out of Coy Moore's hands to seal the game late. I mean, it's going to have to be stuff like that, where Anthony Richardson turns it over a couple of times, because LSU. Last time we saw them on the road, they beat Auburn 21-17. They scored 21 points, and 7 of them came from the defense. So your offense scored 14 points on the road, and you threw for 85 yards. You know what I mean? So, low scoring. I like that projection, and I think that's the type of game it would have to be. But you're going to certainly have to limit the dramatic, big play from Anthony Richardson. Jeremy Causey, Hunter Broadhead, good morning. Glenn Garner, good morning. Let's go get Florida. I hate it for Billy, but it is what it is. I don't hate it for Billy. He's coach of Florida. I don't hate it at all. Marcus Washington, Bill Gallion, what's going on? Jeremy Causey, obviously rebuilding year. Are you nervous about Brian Kelly offense moving forward? No, Jeremy, I'm not. And you know, and here's the. Sometimes I think you got to look and really read between the lines. I'll give you an example, okay? Brian Kelly. So a lot of people have said they want to see they want to see the offense open up and be more multiple and more creative and all that sort of stuff. And I'm one of them. I think you need to find creative ways to get the ball to your playmakers. Brian Kelly said on Monday when he was asked that question, he said, "No, I think it's actually the opposite. I think we need to take stuff or give them less." And what that tells you is they're having trouble grasping and executing what they're trying to do. So, like, if you call a play and all 11 guys don't do the right things or can't execute on that play, well, the play's got no chance of succeeding. So, I know that sounds like I'm like overly simplifying this, but sometimes it's like, hey, just pick the 10 things that you can master and do that instead of trying to do 30 things that you don't do well, you know. So, Jeremy, long way of answering your question to say, yeah, I mean, the more veteran these guys get, the more comfortable they get. I mean, think about next year, what your offensive line will be. Your tackles, Emory Jones and Will Campbell, will be sophomores with a full year starting under their belt. Garrett Dellinger will be back, you know, as a junior. Charles Turner presumably would be back as a fifth-year senior. And then Anthony Bradford should return as well with all of his experience. Your entire offensive line, full of really talented players, should return as an experienced group that's played together for a year next year. Like, that offensive line should be next year one of the best in the SEC. You know what I mean? So, like, that's a massive part of taking that, you know, that step forward and seeing the offense progress. I mean, they're going to start their 6-line combo in 7 games today. That's not a winning formula. Justin Claymont 28-24 is the over. I'm booking it. I wouldn't play it, bro. I do not endorse that. I do not endorse playing this game. I gave you some picks that I like. This LSU game ain't one of them. I'll tell you another one that looks like a sucker bet is Oklahoma, Kansas. Oklahoma, despite all their issues, are like a 9-point favorite or an 8-point favorite over Kansas. So everyone's saying, and I'm going to tell you, Jimmy Ott has an angle, which is, he said, whenever an unranked team is favored over a ranked team, blind bet the unranked team. Just blind bet it. If you ever see an unranked team favored over a ranked team, bet the unranked team. That's Oklahoma, Kansas today. Craig Pullman, Logan Mathern, this one would hurt, being both teams are kind of in the same position. Yeah, but you're on the road, Logan. And if that game, like, I'll tell you this, if that game was in Baton Rouge, I'd pick LSU today. If that was a night game in Tiger Stadium, I'd be picking LSU. And the line would be flipped. It would be LSU favored by a point or two, you know. Benton Alford, do you think 3 SEC teams could make the playoff? I don't, Benton. You know, how that scenario would have to unfold is you'd have to have a 1-loss team that didn't make the SEC championship game, and then an undefeated team lose the SEC championship game. So, for example, like this is the scenario, okay? Tennessee loses today to Alabama. This is how it would have to happen. Tennessee loses to Alabama in a close game. Tennessee runs the table, including beating Georgia. Tennessee, Bama goes undefeated. Tennessee and Bama rematch in the SEC championship game. Tennessee beats Bama, so they each have 1 loss, each have beaten each other, and they both get in. And then 1-loss Georgia gets in as well. That's how it would have to happen if it did happen. Oh, geez, that's a big old pig. Lord. Y'all see that on game day? Somebody's got like a giant hog out at game day. Like a giant hog. Ugh. Blake Middleton, I could see Tennessee beating Bama in a similar way. LSU beat them in 19. It feels very similar. It's very, you know, if not now, then when type game for them. Roy Johnson, watching the Astros today. Absolutely not. Like, literally 0 chance I watch a pitch of that game. Matthew Garner, good morning, Matt. Starting my wedding day right with Scone and Heaven Hill 17. Matthew Garner, first of all, congratulations. Second of all, shame on you for getting married during football season. I am embarrassed for you, but I am hopeful that you have a wonderful day and and a lifetime of happiness. So hope your day today goes awesome and y'all. Oh Lord, that that punt, the Florida State punt, where the guy could have run for the first down and said he ran past the line of scrimmage and punted it, was just unbelievable. Anyway, Matthew Garner, cheers to you, man, to you and your bride. Hope y'all have a great day. Adam Michaels, good morning. Ron Wisnant, Blaine Smith, can this O-line play like Tarzan or continue to play like Jane? Very finesse, not physical. Yes, see, Blaine, I'll disagree because against Mississippi State and Auburn, they really were physical. Like LSU ran the ball in traditional running sets between the tackles. And those two, like they iced the game. Oh, Lord. They iced the game. That's crazy. I'll see this when the SMU pony pooped all over the field last night. LSU iced the game against Auburn running the football in the second half. So they've shown they're capable at times. And by the way, Blaine, like you should run the ball against Florida. Florida is the second to worst run defense in the SEC. Like you should be able to run the ball today. Hey, Dad. Good morning. Blaine, need to start faster and special teams not hurt us. Absolutely agreed with that. I don't know that I believe, Blaine, that they're going to start fast because I just haven't seen it. The flip side of it is Florida, generally, not a fast starting team either. So, we'll see. Jerry Fontenot, good morning. We need Bobby Boucher. Ryan Amanda Guidry, Reagan Lee. I swear if we're losing all the Billy Napier trophies, troops come out, it's going to be annoying. Look, Reagan, here's the reality. Like, there are going to be times when Billy Napier is at Florida that you lose to Florida. He's a good coach. That's a good program with talent. That's a hard place to play. It's going to happen. I just don't care. Like, I always want to win. Please don't misunderstand me. The Napier thing just doesn't matter. Like in 2019, and I'll go there. In 2019, when LSU played Texas, the Tom Herman thing was a major storyline because it was reported that Herman took the job. Like, it was reported that a deal was done. I mean, LSU was courting Tom Herman. LSU never interviewed Billy Napier. Like, that never happened. So, I mean, sure, there were fans here who wanted him as the coach, but that was never part of the process that LSU took. Like, they never even interviewed Billy Napier. So, like, he may have some type of vendetta for not getting an interview, but whatever a coach's motivation is, whatever's your motivation, you know. Clinton Tagamu, someone please help me feed my kids. Hey, Clinton, I'm gonna tell you this again. I think you posted before. I'm gonna delete your comment. If you are serious and you can prove to me that you and your kids need food, like I will help you. Message me directly, okay? For those on YouTube, there's a guy in the Facebook comments asking people to PayPal him, send him money via PayPal to feed his kids. I just think that's probably a scam. So, but Clinton, I'm telling you, if you can send me a direct message, if you can prove to me that your family actually needs food, I will help you. But if you're just spamming my chat, then I'm gonna be really pissed at you. Let's see. Bill Gallion, Justin Claymaw, is Bryce Young playing? Yes. I just don't think he's going to be effective. Let's see, Brad, why do so many people think Ed inherited a mess from Miles? Aranda was not Ed's hire. Yeah, Brad, I think that's just sort of how narratives are built. When a coaching change happens, you just assume, like, well, a coaching change happened because, a program was going in the wrong direction. Listen, the thing with Les had a talented roster. He had a really good coaching staff. He had just hit his ceiling. Like, he was never going to evolve offensively, and Joe Oliva was itching to make a change. And listen, and it had run its course. I was okay with it. I was just not okay with them hiring Ed. Brett DeGrow, good morning, Scone. Great time last night at the BSOBR Bottle Share. Good bottles, better people. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hunter Picard, what's going on? Joey Metke, Jordan Haddad, good morning. From the Galapagos? I don't know where that is. Danny Braywood, let's see, took the wife and kids to our beach house in Orange Beach. Forgot there's no sports betting here. Well, at least you can watch the sports. But, you know, what you can do, Danny, is, I mean, you could go on some of the offshore apps and stuff like that if you need to. Glenn Garner, call me stupid if you want, but I got our Tigers winning by 10. Glenn, did you have LSU winning by 17 last week? Look, Glenn, I wouldn't be surprised if LSU won the game. Not in the least. Because Florida's got their own issues. I'm telling you, if this game was in Baton Rouge, I would have picked LSU to win. But it's in Gainesville. LSU's been a mistake-prone team. They've struggled to push the ball down the field. Your best running back's out still. Your defense has been good. Your special teams have been atrocious. You know, when you commit the type of mistakes that LSU does routinely, start slow, it's hard to just say they're going to fix it based on nothing you've seen. So you can have your blind loyalty and optimism. That's cool. I don't really have that luxury. So I got to be honest with my audience. So anyway, but I'm hoping you're right, man. Hoping you're right. Cliff Nelson, morning Scone. Colby says hi. Team Drew, Don Juan tonight. Let's go. Please tell her I said hello. Yeah, man, looking forward to Don Juan. Going to be a good time tonight after LSU hopefully beats Florida. Boy, that'd be great if they won that game tonight. Aslan Zadine, good morning. From Malaysia, going to be a 6 a.m. kickoff tomorrow morning here for me. Oh my God. Actually, 6 a.m. ain't terrible. 6 p.m. is better, but 6 a.m. ain't terrible. Brett DeGrow, let's see. Oh, yeah, okay, thank you. Yeah, okay, I'm a little behind on comments, sorry. Justin Claymore, wanted to say I'm in North Carolina, so now it's refreshing hearing my name pronounced correctly. Yes, sir. Glenn, I got Bama losing 1 O and lose. LOS. Losing is 2 O's. Sorry. Glenn, I can't help myself. Ole Miss gets it done. 2 thoughts. Ole Miss beat against Auburn too. Yeah, I think Ole Miss beats Auburn. I think this is it for I think it is it for Brian Harsin. I think it just makes too much sense, right? They know they're moving on. You do it now, especially if you're going to make a run at Matt Rule. You could fire Harsin tomorrow and start making phone calls. You can make a call to Matt Rule if that's a call you want to make, and you could start that process. Reed Rule, morning Matt. I'm hammering the Arkansas money line today. BYU is collapsing. Yeah, so that's a pick. And I got BYU winning that game, man. In Provo, that's going to be bonkers tonight. And BYU actually did a great job last week of rallying after getting down early against Notre Dame. They're not going to quit. They're going to be up for the game. It's a weird spot for Arkansas. Like, you've lost 3 in a row. Now you got to go to Provo. And I'm telling you, that play's going to be bonkers tonight. So, no, I disagree, Reed. I got BYU winning that game. I have a bet on BYU winning that game. It's not one of my favorite plays of the week, but I do have BYU winning. I've already made a play on BYU on the money line. Dalton Barnett, Be Kind, Jonathan Barton, Nicholas Cantrell, Scone, who we bet today. Yeah, so I gave y'all, if you're just joining, I did give you, so Paul Stone, who goes on Jimmy Show, is one of the most respected sports handicappers. His 3 plays, he had the under in Texas, Iowa State. He had Georgia Southern against James Madison and South Florida against Tulane. With the points, by the way, of course. Phil Steele gave a great line. Matt Campbell at Iowa State as a double-digit underdog is 9-1 against the spread. So Iowa State getting 15.5 today at Texas. I like Iowa State in the points. Penn State, Michigan. I took Penn State and the touchdown. You're gonna give me a full touchdown. I think Penn State's got the better quarterback. I know they're on the road, but they're certainly more battle tested. So I have a play on Penn State today. I do have a play on Tennessee. I have Oklahoma State to win and cover against TCU. I'm sorry, Oklahoma State's getting 4.5. I took Oklahoma State plus the 4.5 is what I did. Hi, Drew. I have NC State. I have a money line play on NC State. I think they beat Syracuse. Drew, come here. Drew, come see. Drew. Come see. Drew, come see. I want you to come say hi to Dad's show.
And then,
Come see.
not for that show.
Let me get my hands on you.
Not for that show.
I got my hands on you. All right.
That show.
Well, after Dad's show, we can go for a ride. Dad's car. To
That's for.
Dad's work.
Not for that's for.
After Dad's work, come to Drew's house. We're going to watch some football today.
Not for football.
Well, after football, watch more football.
Not for more football.
Well, after more football, watch more football.
And then.
And then you go night-night.
And then.
And then tomorrow Sunday. And watch more football. Hey, what do we say when LSU's playing?
Go down.
Go Tigers. What do we say when the Saints are playing?
Go down.
Good job. Do you want to say hi to Dad's show?
What?
Say hi.
Yeah.
Say hi.
I do so.
That was very good. All right, you want to sing for him? Let's sing. We're going to sing the Mike the Tiger song, okay?
No.
All right, here we go. He said, no. Ready? All right. 1, 2, 3. Hey. You do it.
Hey, fat tiger. Oops. Hide all the way. If I take out the way, then I'll do it. At the photo.
You just skipping.
Go.
You got to go for a. You being. He's just looking at himself on the screen. You just looking at yourself. You don't want to play Daddy's silly game, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Touchdown. One up the score. Made by the tiger. 7 up and more. Give it all my heart and I to keep the good. You victory from LSU. T-I-G-E-O-S. Tiger.
Yay! EOS Tigers. All right, you just sped it up there so we can leave. Good job, Drew. Good job. All right. Facebook, please like the page, share the post. YouTube, please smash that like button, subscribe up to the channel. Appreciate it, as always. Oh, Drew. Mommy's sleeping, buddy.
Enough for that show.
After that show, we're going to get dressed and we'll go for a ride in Daddy's car. To Daddy's work. Very good.
Where's tomorrow?
Tomorrow's Sunday. Let's see. Dalton Barnett, will we ever see a 150-yard game from John Emery? Yeah, he's capable of busting one. I doubt it. I don't know if they'll get the touches. Let's see. I honestly don't even enjoy watching with Jaden Daniels at the helm. He lacks confidence in his arm. Then don't watch. Bill Gallion, that would be nice to have a great O-line and awesome quarterback next year. Glenn Garner, I got Clemson losing today. No. Clemson to win and cover. Bill Gallion, good morning. People, I think, to that point, who was that? That was Glenn. Glenn, I think a lot of people have been, a lot of people right now are sleeping on Clemson because of what happened last year. Losing 3 games, which was certainly uncharacteristic, and a lot of people are kind of seeing what they think is maybe the crack in the vase, the chink in the armor, as it were. And man, I'm telling you, you're not watching this team. The defense is really good, and DJ Uiagalelei is like, he looks like what everyone thought he was going to look like last year. Right now, DJU has 14 touchdowns and 2 interceptions with a QBR of 75. That's out of 100. I mean, 1,462 passing yards on the season. I mean, he has been this year everything people expected him to be last year. So, no, man, if you're betting against Clemson today, man, that is a, I would not. Hi.
Where's tomorrow?
Tomorrow's Sunday.
No,
After Sunday's Monday.
on Monday.
On Monday, you're going to go to New St. Lillian.
And then
And then,
Mimi.
and then Mimi's house.
And then
And then,
and 30.
and in 13 Mondays, you'll go see
Babe.
Man Brumman. Yes, you will.
Whining.
What, bud?
Whining. 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 It's Papa.
As always, shout out to Brock, y'all. Banners Orthopedic Clinic. Actually, yesterday got to do a long-form promotional video with Dr. Niels Linschoten, who is a revisionist. He's a subspecialist for knees and hips and specializes in revision surgery. So like when people have had joint replacements and have an issue with them for some reason, he basically fixes them. So great guy, a Brock doc. So pleasure to do that. Of course, Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com. Do business with someone you know, Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com. I got Hudco pinned in the chat, so if you would, just click that link. There's a contact form on the homepage. We'd love to give you a free, no obligation roofing inspection, commercial or residential. Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com. Hey, babe. Thoughts on TCU, Oklahoma State, sneaky good game? Yeah, I got Oklahoma State plus the points. Wouldn't be surprised if they win it outright. Dalton Barnett, if LSU can keep some wide receiver talent with the future of the O-line, will inherit a Ferrari one day. Walker will inherit a Ferrari. Yeah, Dalton, remember, I mean, next year you will have juniors, Malik Neighbors, Jack Besh, Brian Thomas, Chris Hilton, and then all the young talent coming behind them as well at receiver. Shelton Sampson. Their passing game is going to be in good hands.
How are you?
Brett DeGrow getting married during football season. I give it 6 months. Let's see. Trace Kronk. What if Tennessee loses to Georgia too? Trace, maybe so, but like that guy was asking the scenario of how 3 teams could get in. Rapid matches. Woe to you, O earth and sea, for the devil sends. Okay, let him have understood. Got it. Cool. Brambo. Let's go beat Florida by any means. Rapid batches. Episodes number is 1,666. Oh, I got your rapid batches. Yes, I thought the same thing whenever I put it up there today. Yes, good point. Hayden Tucker need to replace, but remember we did have an episode 666 at one point. Hayden Tucker need to replace Den Brock next year. That way Howard has time under decent OC through the spring. Hayden, I'm going to respectfully disagree with you. I think what you need. Here's what I would encourage you to do. I think it is very. It's a common fan sentiment, and quite honestly, a lazy one. Just to say, oh well, the OC sucks, fired. Because instability on staff creates a lot of those issues. You know, when you keep going from Ensminger to Peets, who didn't know what he was doing, to now Denbrock, that's 3 in 3 years. You really want to go 4 in 4 years? Like, Mike Denbrock knows how to coach offense. He knows more about offense than you and I will ever know. And you can look at his time at Cincinnati and see how when he got there, the offense was not good. By the time he left, they were top 10 in every category in the country over a 5-year span. How they just continued to improve every year. Once they learned the concepts, learned the system, got the right players in, Like, that's all a process, and you have to be patient with it. So, I mean, again, Hayden, upsetting the apple cart again is the wrong thing to do. Like, you have got to create, like, the biggest problem that Ogeron had was all of the instability within the program, turning over the coaching staff, turning over the roster. Like, you were never able to develop any form of consistency, which is why you had so many issues. The problem isn't Mike Denbrock. The problem is you got an offensive line that stinks. Your starting running back's a former walk-on. You got a transfer at quarterback. Like, I mean, it's going to be hard for the greatest play caller in the world to get consistency out of that offense. So, no, Denbrock's not the problem. It's you need consistency. You need your offensive line to get experience and maturity. You need a stable of running backs. You need a quarterback who is more confident pushing the ball down the field. And like all that will come. All that will come in time. You just have to be willing to be patient. Let's see, Dalton. Florida will always be a thorn on our side. Vice versa for the Gators. Always a great game. True. Bill Gallion, Roger Dodger, the mayonnaise kid. Didn't think the girls up in Knoxville were that bad looking. Austin Kidder, ask us to help you with job referrals. Clinton. Yep. Glenn Garner, now I'm just sad I would help to. LSU should have gotten Lincoln Riley or Dave Aranda. No real purpose even in having that conversation. That's over. Jesse Brown, Matt, disappointed Kelly gets so much malcontent. I feel no matter what this team does this season, he's much better coach than LSU had in a very long time. Jesse, that's a fact. And the thing is, I would suggest you've got to understand the what you're talking about is the malcontents and the people who are upset, whatever. That's a vocal minority. Overwhelmingly, people understand where the program is. Overwhelmingly, but you're going to have people that jump up and scream and kick and all. And I'm not saying listen, y'all. I'm not saying you got to be pumped about losing 40-13. All right, that sucks. It's not the expectation at LSU. But it's also the reality of the situation you're in where you're not very good, and when you play poorly against a good team, that's a result that can happen. So hopefully they learn from it, they play better today, and they go win a game. Jared Esprit, Hal Jubin. T-Bob will be crazy if LSU wins, that's true. Justin Claymore is Auburn the best and worst job in the country. Can get great talent, but boosters seem to want to run the show. It's true. Let's see, even if Kelly is a decent coach, he doesn't fit in the South. Imagine you're a 5-star recruit in NOLA and a guy from Boston shows up and throws you a sales pitch. That is literally one of the dumbest arguments that I've ever heard. And you're not the only one, whatever your name is, Sheer, whatever. Was Urban Meyer a fit at Utah? Somehow he managed to go undefeated there. Was Nick Saban a fit in Baton Rouge? He was a guy who was born in West Virginia, spent his entire career in the Midwest, and managed to win here. Skip Bertman was a Jewish guy who was born in Detroit, grew up in Miami, and did pretty well here. Dale Brown was from Minot, North Dakota, who came down to Louisiana in the 70s and became the second winningest coach in SEC history behind only Adolph Rupp. Hey, you know who was a great fit? Ed Ogeron. How did that go? You know who was a great fit? Johnny Jones. How did that go? You know who was you know who was a great fit at Nebraska? Scott Frost. How did that go? Like, the fit argument is and will always be one of the stupidest, laziest arguments that anyone can make about fit. Because I can give you a million examples of dudes who coach at their alma mater, were from there, and fell flat on their face. And to the contrast, people who had nothing to do with the place where they got a job and did well. I mean, Dan Mullen was a guy from like Rhode Island. Best coach Mississippi State ever had in the history of their program. Like, come on. AJ Holland, I'm all again. Any game coin Q&A coming up? We could do another Q&A. I had a great call actually with a dev team on Thursday. There's another one coming up Monday about integrating another API and form of technology into the platform, which could be really, really cool. Anyway, it's coming. It's coming. Would you rather fight 12 duck-sized Brian Kellys or one Brian Kelly-sized duck? Oh, the 12 duck-sized Brian Kellys, for sure. Dalton Barnett, let's see. Illinois take the dub today. Who are they playing on? Let's see. It would be nice to be Matt Rule, get $40 million to leave Carolina, then favored to be a Power 5 coach next season. Yeah, man. Some dudes are just better college coaches than pro coaches. I see all the Drew comments. Thank you all. Appreciate that very much. Leon, what's up from Dallas, Fort Worth? Matt, what do you think about TCU, Oklahoma State? I know it's Big 12, but it's a big game. By the way, Saints win tomorrow. Cincy is still suffering from Super Bowl hangover. Leon, I think, I picked Cincinnati. If the Saints were whole, I would pick them, but no Marshawn Lattimore, no Mike Thomas, no Deontay Hardy, no Jarvis Landry. Chris Olave is questionable. If the Saints were whole, I would pick them in this game, but they are not, and I will not pick the Saints to win that game. And I like Oklahoma State. I got Oklahoma State in the points, and I wouldn't be surprised if they won it outright. Gregory Gordy, tell us about your shirts. Beyond Gymnastics. It's a special needs gymnastics program in town. They do a great job. So Drew did that for several years when he was younger. Beyond Gymnastics. It's a great business. They're on the corner of O'Neill and George O'Neill, in that shopping center where City Cafe is. They're the big spot in the corner. So I'd highly endorse them, man. If anyone's got special needs kiddos, you're looking for something to do, an activity like that. Drew stopped going like that. Obviously shut down during COVID, and then he didn't go back. But just the time of the classes didn't really work. But great place. Cliff saw Drew doing sight words the other day. So awesome. Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, I posted a video of Drew reading his sight words at Ability. So appreciate all the support, man. I only keep posting that stuff just because people always ask about Drew and want to see that stuff. So, but anyway, we appreciate it.
Office makes funny to you?
No.
Not about that.
Okay. I need some of that descaler stuff. I couldn't find it. We had a tube of it. I don't know where it is. Maybe just order some, or will you buy some at the store? Brian Arsenault, guys get a grub. That's probably grip. LSU in 2020 went 5-5 and 6-7. So far this year they're 4-2. Enjoy a winning record for now. True. Ross Thibodeau, do you think Walker Howard will see the field this year? Ross, we did see him against Southern. I don't know that we see him again this year. He's going to redshirt, and I think if you do see him, it's probably an injury situation, which I certainly hope doesn't happen. So, Fred Clay Morgan, Whiskey and Wine Show after the game is one of the things I most look forward to during the football season. The show has evolved since Jordy was there. The show is and has been absolutely A++. Thanks, Fred. Appreciate that very much, man. Look, I get that it's not for everybody. A lot of people are sort of off-put by the content, but we're very upfront with what it is, man. And the whole concept of the show is guys at a bar, having a drink, smoking a cigar, talking about the game. The same way you would if you were just sitting at the bar with your friends. So, yeah, there's going to be jokes that some people don't like or language that some people don't like. And I get it. If it's not for you, that's totally, totally cool. It's like buying a ticket to an R-rated movie. You know what you're getting when you walk in. But overwhelmingly, when you look at how much that has continued to grow and scale and the amount of people that watch it every week and talk about it and ask for it and the sponsors that come on, it's undeniable, dude. It's just been great. So thank you. Matthew, watching you from Austin this morning. Definitely wish I was in Gainesville or Baton Rouge. Hoping for a W today. Would love to see Besh make some plays after the awful start last week. Yeah, for sure. Richie Burke praying for all those playing volleyball with a hangover this morning at the Fuddpuckers volleyball tournament. Okay. Renee Marks, good morning. Chuck Sanchez, what's up, Chuck? Get it? Up, Chuck? Marquise Robinson, I know LSU isn't good this year. Beating Florida would make a lot of us happy. Yes. Marquise, LSU's not great, and they're certainly not consistent. in spots they're good, and when they have favorable matchups, they're certainly going to be able to win. And this is one of those matchups where they can win, where they can be competitive. So, yeah, man, they certainly have a shot to win this game. Kirk Taylor, good morning. Let's see. Stephen Dufour, good morning. Samuel Merrifield, Matt, how do you think the Saints address the quarterback position in the cut few years without having a first next season? I guess it's next few years, yeah. So, yeah, next few years. So, Samuel, I mean, it's kind of the point I've continued to make, man. You got to see if Jameis is your guy. And a lot of people have punted that idea, which my guess is that's the people that didn't want Jameis to begin with. You got to get him healthy to see if he can be that guy. He certainly was trending that way a year ago, and tore his ACL, and you were 5-2. And then this year he broke his back in the first game. So I gotta see him healthy to see if that's a direction you go. Otherwise, you use a mid-round pick this year on a quarterback and try to strike gold, or you wait 2 years until you have a first-round pick and you watch this thing erode a little bit, you trade away assets, and you tear it down to rebuild it. And those are kind of your options. Lyle Ploche, Whiskey and Wine's going to be lit. Stephen Dufour, I was dead wrong about Daniels having his best game of the season last week. So I'm obviously a jinx. I'll say go Tigers. Hope Florida plays. Throws another shoe. Steven, Jaden Daniels was not the problem last week. Now your pick on the game, which I think you had LSU winning by 17. I think you were one of those guys. Was dead wrong. But Jaden Daniels threw for 300 yards last week. He wasn't your problem. Your problem last week was you fumbled the opening kickoff. You were 0 for 3 on fourth downs. Every decision Brian Kelly made kind of came up snake eyes when he would roll the dice. Your defense gave up 40 points. You had a lot go wrong. Jaden Daniels was about 300th on the list of things that went wrong last week. Bubba Smith, Brandon Gaucher, you constantly hear about fit, but you have to live outside the state to understand that everyone outside of Louisiana thinks we're swamp people or Duck Dynasty. Louisiana is one of the most stereotyped states out there. That's true. Charlie Gale, good morning. Let's see. Let's see, Bailey C. I've been to 2 games this year, Buccaneers and Tennessee. Pick the 2. Oh, LSU, Tennessee, Saints, Buccaneers. Okay, got it. Yeah. Dalton Barnett, Chris Hilton coming back gives me so much hope. Yeah, man, he's a game breaker. Anthony Jennings walked so Jaden Daniels could run. Jared Esper, I like LSU today. We will respond. Think we continue to get better. 144 watching on YouTube. Please do us a solid. Smash that like button if you haven't done so yet. Subscribe up to the channel if you're new. Facebook, please like the page. Share the post, like the post, share the post, like the page, share the post. And remember, HUDCO Roofing, HUDCORoofing.com. Do business for someone you know. Cliff Nelson, for those saying Dan Brock needs to go, watch the film. If you don't have the all 22 game tape, really see who's open, what mistakes were made. How valid is that opinion? Very good point. Only coach with the hot seat is Polian. He's in deep. Agreed. Illinois plays Minnesota in Champaign today. Got it. Stuart Engers, Berkman Rodri. Good morning, Matt. Really enjoy your show. Go Tigers. LSU 30-28. Okay. A little higher scoring. Would love to see it, man. Just get a win. Gregory Gordy, who has more followers, T-Bob or Drew? T-Bob has detractors. I don't think Drew has any haters. That's the difference. Jed Neal, Micah 504. Should the Saints go after Lamar Jackson? Sure. I just don't think Lamar Jackson ever hits the open market. I think that he'll re-sign there in Baltimore, and that'll be that. Where are we? B. Lorky, I got the question in late yesterday. Does practicing against Daniels help LSU prepare for Richardson? Not apples to apples, but I figured it'd help. Yeah, I mean, usually what you'll do, a good question actually would be who ran scout team quarterback this week. Maybe I'll see if I can find that out. I'd be curious. So remember, you typically don't have your first team defense going against your first team offense. Like you have your defense running against a scout team simulating Florida's offense. So you had somebody on the roster simulate Richardson. So is Terrio as cool as I think he is? I love the ride on Fridays. Yeah, Lucy, he's pretty cool. One of my favorite people in the world. Tiger Kid, Juan, my brother's a Florida grad. Today will be painful. Yeah, Juan, I know this is your game, man. Juan's been listening to our shows for a long time, and I think Juan all the way back to the Score 12-10 days. This one means a lot to Juan. I know that much. Terrio is the Iceman. Jordan Haddad, Galapagos Islands made famous by Darwin. Okay. May God and Mike the Tiger have mercy on my soul today. All right, DA, Matt, I watched a lot of game film that Flynn and Jake went over. The plays were there, wide open touchdowns versus Tennessee. He was leaving clean pockets. You think he's seeing here in Ghost DL. DA, I didn't watch any of the stuff that Hester and Flynn did. My apologies. I can't. I don't know. I didn't see it. Bill Gallion, Hudco cheerleaders. LSU has to contain Florida's running game today. I expect House to have a good plan. Yeah, man, look, that's the game. Is Florida's got a big physical offensive line. They've got a 6'4", 230-pound quarterback that can run and two really good running backs. I mean, their receivers aren't very good. That's kind of game within the game today, man. And then you flip it around, and LSU has not been very good running the football, but Florida has a pretty dreadful run defense. So here's your opportunity. Bad on bad, see if you can go make some plays. Grant Hughes, Cliff Nelson, other thing about whiskey and wine, that's A++ lemon cookies. Cliff, I think I saw some snickerdoodle mix in there as well today. Erica?
Fudgy brownie cups.
Oh, Cliff, no lemon today.
No.
You just broke his heart. Cliff said the other thing about whiskey and wines that's A++ is lemon cookies. Let's go.
Oh, Cliff, I got chocolate chip. I'm going to milk and stuff.
What do you have? You snickerdoodles and what else?
Fudgy brownie cups.
What are fudgy brownie cups?
Something new I'm doing.
Oh, something new. Fudgy brownie cups. Rapid matches. Matt skipping all my comments. LMAO. Obviously not Iron Maiden fan. No. Like, you made the comment about the 666 thing, which I addressed. If I had kept addressing it, then I would have to reset the whole thing from 30 minutes ago, and there's a lot of new people watching who didn't see it. So Rappin' Batches made a comment about the Beast and blah, 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 because today's episode 1666, so he was referencing an Iron Maiden song, and now I've just had to go back and reset all that for people who probably don't care. That's why I was skipping it. Dominique Cottrell, morning Matt. Nervous about the Saints game Sunday due to it basically being a neutral game. I somewhat believe they will come through with the win. Yeah, I don't. I think, and I don't think it's going to be a neutral game. I think the Saints will have an overwhelming number of fans. I just think there are going to be a lot of LSU fans with Bengals stuff going to the game. That's one. I think the bigger issue still is LSU, is the Saints injuries. Three of your top four receivers are already out, and your fourth Chris Olave may be out. And you're without Marshawn Lattimore against that team with those receivers. Yeah, don't like it. Bill Gallion, Chance Babin, have you ever seen a number 21 stretched as much as Florida's nose tackle? Yeah, kid's 400 pounds. Dalton, this has to be the most even matchup in recent years for LSU Florida. Yeah, 18 and 17 were. Remember, 18 was the game where Florida won. Burrow threw a couple of picks in the swamp that day. 17 was the game that LSU won 17-16 when Eddie Pinheiro missed a PAT. So you've had that. Those were closely played games. I mean, 2016 was a game LSU probably should have won. It was when guys went the wrong way and they stuffed LSU at the goal line. Should never have come down to that. 15 was a really well played game in Tiger Stadium. Florida had to heave into the end zone on the last play to try to win it, and LSU came up with the pick, or they batted it down. Really intense game. 14 was Colby Delahouse's 50-yard field goal to win it at the gun. I mean, these games have been good, bro. Like, it's rare where you see one side just trounce the other. Jed Neal, LSU's building. We're all going to be just fine. Give it some time. LSU win by 3, or it's going to be a tough day. Need to be competitive. That would be great. Let's see. Within 10 years, this has to be the closest to a pick 'em we've had with Florida. The last two, Florida was double-digit favorites. 2019 LSU, I can't remember what the line was in 2019. 18 would be interesting. 17 LSU was coming off the loss to Troy, so they were probably a pretty big underdog in that game. Anyway. Gregory Gordy, what are y'all dressing up for as Halloween? Drew's going to be Superman. Let's see, seems we've won, but stuck in the upset. Jared Esprit, still watch 2019 Tigers. Really good season. I'll be cheering for Joe and Chase. Jonathan, 88808. Scone, do you think cleats will be thrown today? All right. Games have been phenomenal. Spread has been somewhat one-sided. Yeah, I don't know, Dalton. I'd have to go back and look. I know. Should ask Phil Steele. Phil Steele has like the series history of the betting lines as well. I could shoot him a message and ask him. All right, y'all. Okay, I think we're done. Clayton is Erica still in Lancaster. She loves Lincoln. All right, we're done, y'all. I gotta go. Gotta get Drew. Game started in an hour and 2 minutes, so I gotta get Drew to Daddy's work, to ride some elevators, get back for 11 a.m. kickoff. All right, y'all have an awesome day. As always, shout out to Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. Remember, Saturday, which means after hours clinic is open. It's inside of the Surgical Specialty Center right there on Bluebonnet near Perkins. Walk into the Surgical Specialty Center, ground floor. You're looking directly at Brock. Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com. Do business with someone you know. Hudco pinned in the chat. Please just take a quick second. Tap that link and fill out the form on the homepage, or you could always give us a call. 364-1007, 364-1007, 364-1007. And my girl Crystal Poche over at Restored Motions, I'm shouting her out now on Morning Scone as well. If you have pain, she will take you out of it. If you've tried everything, there is hope. Restored Motions and restoredmotions.com. Book a session with Crystal. You'll be glad you did. All right, we're done. Y'all have an awesome day. Oh, we're 45 seconds away from an hour. Let me, you know what? Let's do this.
When you need a roof, call someone you know. Scone, Ontario.
All you need is Hudco.
Call Hudco Roofing.
364-1007.
All right. I got Florida today, 28-24. I hope we're all back here tomorrow and y'all are laughing at me for being dead wrong. Right at an hour. We'll see you. Peace.